this is Ilina and welcome to another LDRS creative card video. Today I'm featuring some of the new February release products, and I'm mainly focusing on foiling. So let's get started. This release is packed with toner reactive sentiments and papers, and those are so fun to work with. I will be using the Everyday Sayings tonal sentiments. So there are 10 pieces of toner reactive sentiments, and each one has a bunch of those sentiments. Also, those coordinate with the dies that coordinate with the stamp set, the Everyday Sayings dies. So let's get started here. I will foil a few sentiments. So I just cut down that 4x9 piece of sentiment paper. And in the meantime, let's take a look at all the other toner products. So I'll be also using the geometric toner toppers. I'm using here the slimline ones, but you can use either the slimline or 6x6. So let's get started with foiling. For this, you will need toner reactive foil, and you will need a laminator or a ink machine. I was not able to pull out my laminator, but I was able to get out my ink machine. So that's what I'm using today. So I just cut the foil to size, and I'm using a piece of printer paper that I folded in half to fit that the sentiment paper, and I'm running it through the ink machine with the foil on top, the pretty side up. So this is the look of the geometric toner topper. So I will cut down that to 5.5, and it's 4-inch wide. So once we're done, we're just gonna trim that to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So I'm removing the foil, and here's the finished look. So I have this foil left over. So now I can use one of the toner sheets, the ones that you saw that are completely black. And I will have a reversed image. So we'll have black on black and gold sentiments. So I'll run that through the laminator or the ink machine. So before I foil my background, I will do some ink blending. So I'm using Tangerine Tango. I was planning to use Tangerine Tango Peachy Keen and Banana Pudding, but I changed my mind and decided to go with pink. So here I'm removing the leftover foiling, and there's our look. So let's finish blending here. So I'm using Tangerine Tango. For the top, for the middle, I will go with Soft Kisses, and then I'll use Fandango. I'm just adding a little bit more of the orange, the Tangerine Tango. Now I'm using that soft pink, which is Soft Kisses. I'm going back and forth between the orange and the pink to get a nice blend. You could also do the ink blending after the foiling, but I'm always afraid to do ink blending over foiling in case any of the foil rubs off or comes out. Usually it does not, but I prefer to do the ink blending before I do my foiling. Okay, so we're done here. So now we'll cut a piece of that gold foil. Again, for this you need a toner reactive foil, not heat reactive. There are two different types of foiling. One is for toner. The other one is when you press down with foiling plates. So I use that the scrap paper to fold in half to create a little folder to run it through my laminator. So while that's going through the laminator, I will die cut the Thinking of You sentiment to use on the card, and I'll save the rest for later. So here's our background. I'll put that on side for now, let it cool down a little bit before I remove the foil on from the top. Now I'm securing that on top of the paper. Make sure if you're securing it with tape to not put any tape over any foiling area. Okay, so that looks good. And I have again the leftover that I can use again on the toner sheets to save it for future use. I'll just put that one on side now and save it for later. So trim down the panel to 3 3/4 by 5. And I have the thinking of you sentiment. There's also a shadow die. Cut that from black cardstock, and also die cut some more for the sentiments to create stacked kind of raised look. You can either use stacked die cuts or you can use foam tape. I prefer to use stacked die cuts as they hold better through the mail, give a little bit more sturdiness to my card. So now I will add that sentiment on top. Then I have two for the shadow die cuts, and I will put everything together now. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. Now let's start assembling the card. I will add a layer of black cardstock measuring 5 1/4 by 4, and then I will adhere that to a white top folding note card. So now let's assemble everything. Again, you can use foam tape or craft foam. I'm deciding to use cardstock layers. So here I have inexpensive heavyweight cardstock. So I have 3 layers of that. Or you can use scrap cardstock or like different packaging. If you're tossing away from like stamps or dies, the backers, you can use that. And then I have 2 pieces to go under that ink blending panel. So now since the ink blended panel it's a little bit lighter weight cardstock, I decided to adhere those layers with tape tape adhesive instead of liquid adhesive, so I don't have any marks from that liquid adhesive showing up. Now I'll use liquid adhesive for everything else. I prefer using liquid adhesive because it gives me a little bit more time to move everything and make sure that everything is nice and straight. So now let's finish off the card. I'm adhering all those layers to my note card. And now I will add some gold gems, gold pearls, to just finish it off, to add a little bit accents for a little bit more interest. So I'm adding diagonally 3 on the left side, on the top left, and 3 on the right under the sentiment. So that finishes our card for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also please visit our blog for more ideas and inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye!